There we go. Welcome, everybody, to your Friday, the May 29th edition of RCM On Tap. Joining me, as always, BiomedAlchemist, Killer McCoy, executive producer, Killer McCoy, that is.
Promotion.
I know, right? We forgot to actually put our credits up here, but anyway. And joining us, live from Sweden, one Mr. Vible. Hello,
It's
Vible.
Bubba Caleb.
No, it's not Bubba, goddammit.
Wah, wah. Now you're Bubba Caleb. Let's go with it. Go with it.
I know I changed that earlier.
Yeah, I'm Bubba Caleb from Sweden.
Well, you know what? We went on last week about how he wants to be known now as Bubba Caribou. So
Okay, I'm Bubba Caribou from Sweden.
Doesn't Sweden have caribou?
We have Marabou,
Manabu.
which is it's a Swedish chocolate. We have Marabou.
I know I changed.
Why is
this.
California calling?
I don't know, but they're calling during on tap time, and that's just not right.
Wah, wah.
Messed up. I don't answer numbers.
Coming right
that
from
I
here
don't
to
know
there,
anyways, so.
Bubba Caleb from Caribou.
We're getting
From Caribou.
hold on.
From Caribou, a small town in Sweden. It's a fishing town.
You wouldn't think that, but it is, cause reasons. Where the hell did you go, Vible? At
Right
I know.
here.
5.
Oh,
There you are.
Gotcha.
There you are. Okay. Okay. I swear to God I changed that earlier this week. I did.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I did!
Mm-hmm.
Because I did everything else, because I had my Welcome Plebeians, and I put the Meat Vible, and I switched that too, and it just... reasons. It wouldn't be Friday night without something going slightly awry, so whatever.
It's true. That's
Anyway,
true.
joining
That's
us
fine.
at 3 o'clock in the Swedish morning, while it's still light outside, is Vible. Vible, how are you doing this
Yeah.
fine evening?
I'm quite well. I went to sleep at about 6 p.m. today, or 7, I think, just so I could get up at 12. And then I wouldn't be so incredibly drunk at 3 a.m.
Just for you people, you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome, internet. But for some reason, I managed to get quite drunk anyway. So
Well, that's because you got up at 12, and then I got home about, 1 o'clock your time. Then
yeah.
I had a really, really crappy day. I mean, it took me 3 hours to get home today. And I had left work a half an hour early because I had an appointment that I ended up canceling, and it still took me 3 hours to get home. It was horrible. So I needed a beer, so I can't drink by myself. So Vible, being my drinking buddy, has decided
Yeah.
to pregame with me, and now we're feeling
Yeah,
good right
it's all like me being
You're
like
being a good friend is what you're doing.
good friend. It's nothing else. It's just me being a good friend.
Yes. That's all it is, internet. Stop judging us. Anyway,
Oh, that's half the internet does. Judges the other half.
And that's basically it.
Mm.
So Baroness, would you say that, tonight may be a night where you brush your teeth with a bottle of Jack? Oh, that song was so terrible.
Not the concept of the Jack,
No.
but the
Okay.
actual bottle of
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Not to be a buzzkill, but Jack Daniels is a horrible whiskey. I have no idea why it's so popular, because it's bad. It's just
good
not
marketing. That's what it is. It's
very-
good marketing.
Yeah,
Probably.
It's not tasty.
It's
at
like
all.
everything in America.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Just have to know how to sell it, baby.
take a Jack and McDonald's.
Jack.
Jack McDonald's.
Oh my
if you
god.
will.
Oh
That
my
just sounds
god.
so
We
bad
have
at
a new
phrasing.
fanfic character. Yay! Well, we had to make
I think
nemesis for
Vario's
Max.
saying you're wrong. He's asking how to ban a host.
Which one are you banning? You tried banning me before and ended up giving me more buttons, and I don't know how that happened. Anyway,
That's typical of RR. He tries to do one thing and it has the totally opposite effect.
Oh.
I looked in one day, I was like, what the shit is this? I was told specifically I couldn't do this. I swear you kidnap one person at the wrong time and suddenly you're a monster.
Wow. I got kind of dark for a second there.
I kind of did. I think we should move on.
Oh
before it's too late.
All right. Well, we're going to start off our conversation with our now standard question for all new guests of Vible. How did you get... Oh, maybe I don't actually have it on there. We'll just leave up your name for a minute. How did you come up with... Shut up, killer.
No, just look what Vire said in the chat.
Olive isn't even here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not Vire. Dad. Hi, Dad.
Wow, it's going that direction.
And I'm the one being dark, killer. I'm the one being dark. Oh my.
So, Dad, what do you want for Father's Day? A new handgun, a new rifle, a new shotgun? Just tell me. I'll let you. I'll think about it.
So does that mean that Killer came back from the future? And he's supposed to stop something from happening?
I have the key to the TARDIS right here, Bio.
So then you brought
They don't have it.
brought Killer back
No.
for some reason.
I very clearly
I'm
don't
just
remember
saying.
this
I'm just
happening.
saying.
I'm sorry. Viable, how did you become unto your name, Viable?
I become upon my name. I think you've probably
Crazy.
all heard this story before. But
I haven't actually.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So when I was like 7 or 8 or something, I had a very good friend, or my best friend. He was called Johan, and we pretty much spent all our days playing games at his place, and we played a lot of Worms. Maybe it was Worms 2.
Fun game.
Yeah, and really awesome game. And we were both Swedish, obviously, and we were 8 years old, and we didn't read like English that well. So after a Worms match, there's always like a report where this says like, BiomedAlchemist made the most mayhem, and someone else did something.
Yeah,
else.
most useless
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I love those.
And we always played in a game, or we always played as a team where we like named all our maggots because we liked it. But the teams we played against, the CPUs, we always randomed all of them. And there was one of them that was randomed as Wibble,
Okay.
which would be like Wibble, or I don't know. Can you say it as Americans? Wibble.
Yeah, it would be like Wibble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Whipple.
exactly. So I was doing something else, and Johan, my best friend, was reading it out. He read that as Vible.
So we've been mispronouncing your name this whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, so he read it out as Vible, and I really like that name. So probably like weeks later, when I played Counter-Strike for the first time, I chose that name. But then I spelled it even more differently, and but it's still like the Swedish pronunciation of Vible, like Biomed can do. Right?
Yeah, we had this discussion a while back.
We have had this discussion a lot, and instead of Vible, I'm Vible.
Vible.
Dove is
Exactly.
in chat saying, "Yep, see, Vible is just really polite and has never corrected anyone."
No, I never correct anyone because I'm super polite. I'm the politest
I like
person
Vario's
ever.
explanation. He remembers the old school Emperor's Court rules and fears the consequences.
Well, there's that too. There's that too. All right.
Yeah, but by Emperor's Court standards, I look like the Beast in the Beauty of the Beast. So
Okay.
I was one of the first people to get accepted into their
The cult.
friends list. Yeah,
Ah.
on Facebook. Something I don't use.
Mm.
I
I remember the Facebook face-off. I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. I always
remember.
like the second one to get accepted into that. Because I look like the Beast.
Jeez.
I remember when I first started hanging out with the RCM people. You were one of you and Killer and Vampy were like the three that I talked to the most at the beginning, and Lyserg when he was in there too. But I think you were the first one really to reach out to me like outside of RCM, because I know that you were on my Facebook page a lot sooner than anybody else was. So, which is no small feat with internet people, because I'm generally not a very trusting person when it comes to my concentric circles and people moving about within them. So, you should feel honored, not beast-like.
Thank you.
So gracious of you there, Baroness. So gracious. I don't trust a lot of people, but I trust you. You should feel honored.
You should.
We've not done this in a while.
I do feel honored.
We're not worthy.
Oh God. Dude, God damn it,
I mean,
Mario.
It has been
Okay,
a
now
while.
she's triggered.
Why
It
don't
has
we
been a
start
while.
Every show like that.
So I got
What do you mean you triggered her?
I got invited to RCM On Tap, but I really feel like this should just be a show about me. So
Okay,
you can just
the Weeblade show.
you can just
Vible.
like praise me, and I can just sit here.
Well, you have to answer
Killer,
questions.
your turn.
Sweden sucks. American rules.
No, because now
Wild stallion.
Oh,
Yeah, chat. The chat's talking about how they're seeing Weeble for the first time. He's like, oh, so that's what he looks like. And I was telling him that they totally missed out on the Swedish metal main that you
Oh,
had
yeah.
going on earlier during
that
the
was pretty
pre-show.
cool.
Oh, I can totally
Uh-oh.
pull it out again.
He's pulling it out. He's
It's
whipping
the
it out.
heart of a lion.
This is my metal hair.
I just feel like Death Clock should be playing in the background right now.
I know, right? Oh.
Singing about coffee and everything.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Moving
So-
on.
So, Vible. I feel
Vible.
bad. We have been
Vible.
mispronouncing his name for a long time.
Weeble.
Oh, not we. Biomed has done it right for a long time. Thank you, Bio.
Anywho,
It's a
Baron yelling,
service.
"Berserker!" Anyway, we actually do have questions for you, because I don't think we've had any non-Americans on our show yet, have we?
I'm
no.
the first foreigner.
You
Yeah.
are. You are. I'm pretty sure. So we had some questions about Sweden, because it's a completely different culture than what we have here in America. Actually, some of the Bio found a really interesting video of a roller coaster type thing that was in
Yes.
it was in your country that we had this discussion about, because there is no way in hell that we could get away with having something like that in
Nope.
America. So let's get the conversation started. So let's talk about like some of the things that you guys do maybe differently than what we do. So one of the first questions we had is, how do people greet one another in different situations? So like, in America, most of the time we just see somebody, we're like, hey, hello, maybe there's a wave involved. It's usually verbal. I know in some cultures they have like the big hugging thing, which kind of creeps me out in a lot of ways. But how do Swedish people, like if you were getting together with your friends, like how do you greet them?
With my friends, we're quite huggy. We're very quite huggy. I think in Sweden in general, we're very like informal. So you would never like that's a thing you do in English speaking countries that we never do in Sweden, which is say like Mr. Anderson or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it is our boss or our boss's boss,
Mhm.
you say, yeah, Adam. you like their first name.
Yeah, that kind of depends on the culture. Because the place I was at, we did talk first names, but I've been plenty of places where it's Mr. So and So.
Yeah.
It just kind of varies for us.
In Sweden, it never happens that you have to say like Mr. blah blah blah, because that doesn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we always say their first name. I say Stellan to my boss, and Jen, what was your question?
Oh, we're just.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, we're just like when you're greeting people. So you guys are more of like the physical, like, you know, hey, you know, you come.
Oh
up and
yeah,
hug your
yeah,
friend.
hugs.
Yes.
Yeah, hugs.
I think he's drunk.
I think we're all drunk a little bit.
No, I'm totally incredibly sober. No, no, hugs.
He's like, this stuff is just water in Sweden.
Hugs are the greatest. I think I hug pretty much everyone.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can see that.
Because-
you're very
because-
friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, because it's just very nice. I mean, who doesn't like a hug?
Germaphobes.
Yeah, pretty
Americans.
much.
Right.
There's some Americans that are huggy. It depends.
Some. In some
But
cultures,
it's
it's
not-
very like it.
Yeah,
The
it's
thing
different.
with America is we don't have like a specific like defined culture. It really varies depending on not just what region you're in, but what, I don't want to say class, but like, you know, different ethnicities even within America have very different, you know, cultural values and ways that they do things.
Of
Yeah.
acknowledgement and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Baron and
Alright.
Fire are being bad in chat.
Of course they are. That's why we're just leaving them
I
alone.
haven't read chat.
I mean, it's actually entertaining, but I just can't keep up with you guys right now.
In America, we greet each other with guns. It's like telling someone you love them from a distance.
And the caliber
true
shows
statement.
the amount of respect that you have for them.
No, but I can totally understand when people don't want to like be so intimate in a greeting. But me personally, I actually enjoy like a hug. A hug is a hug, and it's awesome, in my opinion.
Cool. Which is cool. All right, so, what?
I'm sorry, I had a thought in my head of what I was going to say. I was like, no, that's
Uh-oh.
rude. I'm going to just leave it alone. Continue.
It's like, a hug's even better when there's a reach around involved.
Yeah,
It's a little gay
Yeah, I
there,
mean,
man. A little gay.
Bio, you aren't wrong.
All right. Moving
Moving on.
Just
All
extra
right,
credit.
So kind of going along with that question though, like when you're visiting somebody's home, like I know like certain cultures, like in Japan, you leave your shoes outside. Are there any like specific customs or things that you guys do in Sweden, like when you're visiting somebody's home for the first time? Or is it just kind of laid back and...
It's quite laid back. I actually like if you're visiting somebody's home and like you're going to go on a dinner with them. No, there aren't that many rules, or there is a rule, but I break it. I think you're supposed to take the first bite, or like take the first cut or something, which is something I hate. I mean,
okay.
because I mean, I'm the new one. I shouldn't be the one who like decides how big something is. It's better if someone else who is already like used to it do it, and then I can take after. I can be the second one perfectly.
It's interesting.
But the first one, that's horrible.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, culturally speaking, certain things have a basis in safety, like with the handshake in Middle Eastern times. So just thinking in terms of taking the first one, wouldn't you think the host would kind of do that instead of the guest? Because they'd be like, I promise, it's all good, everything's fine.
Yeah, but it's very weird.
Instead, everybody just staring at you like, you take a bite.
Yeah, and that's what I hate about like birthdays and shit. And that's why, like my last birthday. My last birthday was the 10th of January, which it is every year.
We celebrated
I hope
it.
so.
We put memes up for you that Killer was kind enough to create.
Yeah.
And I turned 25 that day, and that was my only wish, and I made it clear to everyone. Is
I remember that.
I want to be completely alone. I don't want like my parents or my grandparents like jumping in on me this day, because I just want to be alone. And then I actually were with you people instead, so it was a really good birthday.
We had fun.
Well, there you go.
We had fun.
Also, I was thinking about. Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
No, I had something to talk about, but I've forgotten now.
I'm a little concerned now. Dove's in chat. You mentioned being 25 now, and she made the comment so old. And it's like, wait a minute, but you're the youngest one here.
Yeah, I'm so old now.
No.
Whatever.
It's horrible. My life is going downward. Like.
It's like, when's the midlife crisis gonna happen?
30s are amazing, people. I'm telling you. 30s are amazing. 20s are gonna look like shit compared to once you hit 30 and you're like, aha.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
I have experience now. I have street cred.
I was at one of our coworkers is going to stop working with us. So on Thursday we were at
Don't fall out of your chair, Bio.
on Thursday we were at a we just got together and like ate dinner and drank a lot, and it's pretty much that. I mean, of course I'm the youngest, but it's still like the people are 50 years old or 60. I mean, there's no difference really. It's just all of us getting drunk and having fun.
You are Elmo Red at this point. Oh my god. You are literally turning into a Muppet.
It was amazing. No, I put it in the chat, but it was just like it's such a white phrase to be like, I'm in my 30s, I got street cred now. It's just like, what?
Alright.
Is this how a drug deal happens? I know, because I'm in my 30s.
I hate you so much at this moment.
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you made a good point with the what you were talking about with like taking the first bite as a guest, and it is kind of weird because you're like
it is, yeah.
It's the worst thing. You feel it's pressure.
Yeah, even taking the whole poison birthday cake out of the equation though. So shit, where was I going with that? Shut up, Killer.
I'm sorry, Barry was trying to have you read something really quick.
What?
Says you need to read out. What's up, little homies?
First of all, they are my little home dogs. Second,
Ooh.
Really? You're just as bad, Bio. You
I am, but I own up to it. I own up to it.
I think.
Anyway, okay. So,
are there any other strange cultures that you or cultural things that you don't really like? That what the heck is that?
This is something you don't have in
what is
America.
Oh yeah, the snuzz things, yeah.
It's called snooze.
Yeah,
It's
snooze.
nicotine in a bag.
I've heard
It's
of
like
this.
a tea bag.
I've heard of this. One of my coworkers who used to do snuff.
And how you use it, it's nicotine, and you just put it under your lip like that. And now I have snooze. So that's something new. It's kind of like the thing you put in your lower lip.
chew, snuff and everything,
Chat,
We like to get that wad in here.
yeah.
But I
It's like this
just
big
put it in here and then
lump.
let it get through my system, and I can spit it out like an hour later.
Yeah, the chat's kind of been
I'm
taken
ignoring
over
chat right now because really,
I
phrases.
haven't actually read chat at all.
that's okay. You can ignore them until the end because they're just.
I mean,
They are being mean.
that's the thing. I'm usually a chat ambassador, and now it's just like,
Well,
okay,
you're
I'm
kind-
on the
you're
show,
involved in the
so
conversation. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
take place in both.
fuck chat.
Wow.
I know,
He's
right?
laid down the law.
Oh, damn it, Missing, stop that! They're making the connection between my so-called street cred now and the fact that then you were talking about your little snooze, and now that's drug talk. I hate you all.
No,
Negative,
well,
negative
apparently,
points
yeah.
to all of you on Ghost. in the Phone.
Negative points to the chat. I gave myself negative points. There you go.
We're gonna start a points game just so I can take points away from people at will. Stop it.
So
Do it,
everybody
do it.
starts with exactly 5 points or something per show.
No,
you just
they
take
have
them
to
away.
earn points. Everyone shows up with negative points by the end of the show.
Oh,
minus 20 DKP. Left side. Odd goes to the left
If you want to
side.
get into positive territory, you need to send me cookies. Ugh.
there you go. There you go.
Anyway,
So, is there anything else though, kind of culturally, that's strange to you beyond like the taking the first bite?
No, something really strange to me. It's shoes inside. That's something that is really weird to me.
really?
In Sweden, shoes are outside things. Having them inside is just no. I actually can't see any benefit of having shoes inside at all. It's horrible. You dirty everything up. I don't get it.
I'm wearing shoes right now, so I don't know. I feel
Why?
weird not.
Why?
I feel weird not having shoes on. I do.
I'm in Arkansas right now. It's okay. I could walk outside like this. Get electrocuted on the train track. I'd be peeing on the third rail.
I've kind of run into this because I have a couple of friends who they pretty much say when you come to the house, you must take your shoes off every
Sure,
single time.
Yeah.
But they're
Because-
they're from the Philippines, or that's where their ancestry,
Gotcha. Yeah.
their family history is from. So it's very ingrained to them. They take your shoes off.
Yeah. Don't they pretty much
Yeah,
have
but
like a
it's-
shoe rack?
Everyone
there
should
at
take their shoes off. I don't get why not.
Well, for a lot of Americans, they're always going in and out all the time out of their house. So it makes no sense to try to take their shoes on and off every single time.
Plus, if you
I
okay.
grew up where we didn't
Baroness.
take our shoes off, or we didn't
Baroness.
have to.
yes,
Don't you feel? I mean, don't you feel that your feet are sweaty and disgusting?
I'm pretty sure that wasn't exactly how you meant to phrase that.
No, that's exactly how I meant to phrase
So
it.
Baroness, your shoes are kind of gross, right?
No. That's exactly why I.
These are what
She's
I'm
now
wearing
taking-
right now. My little sandals.
Adidas. Ooh, aren't you
Because
fancy?
Man,
there is-
you put the logo out there, and we're
I
not
mean,
even getting paid for it.
in Sweden we never have shoes on inside, and it just. I mean, when I have shoes, it just feels horrible because you get sweaty on your feet, and then it starts smelling and shit.
Vargar, shut up.
I mean, am I wrong?
Okay.
I think it just kind of depends, because,
See,
wouldn't
my,
you then have to take your socks off and put on another pair of socks? Because socks can get pretty nasty
see, my
if your
thing.
feet have been sweaty in them.
Yeah, that's why I have my fucking. I
Wait,
don't have
but I
any
mean,
socks
if
either.
But if I came over to visit your house, right, and I've been out like doing work,
I
and
wear
such.
jackets inside sometimes too. Olive got really.
I don't.
No, I
I
said no.
chat, Baroness. You're just getting
You know-
like.
You know what the most important
can
thing
Baroness-
I've
live in
taken
Europe.
from this conversation? No, hold on.
I only have a shirt on because
Just the
I'm
shirt
on
Just
air.
the
Twitch
shirt.
rules.
otherwise I would have taken it off
See,
because
Twitch,
I'm
see, Twitch,
really,
that's what
really
you're
warm.
missing the strip show because of Twitch. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, fucking Twitch.
Although I have
Yeah.
to say this,
Okay.
I'm really impressed by saying his name wrong anyway.
Vible.
How Buble,
Weeble.
how flexible he can actually get his foot up into the camera view. I can't even do that.
I can do. Well, I'm not going to, but I can do that. I've done it before.
No, I don't believe you do it.
I hate you.
Wow.
I fell off the chair the last time, but see,
Wow.
I
See,
can't.
she can do that as well.
I can.
Everybody,
Awesome.
you heard it here. Feet, kind of killer's jam.
I hate you so much right now.
I don't know how Baron feels
No,
about
just-
this. He's probably in the chat right now, like, why are you looking at my wife's feet?
I think.
No, I liked it.
I think for me it goes back to, like, in America anyway, sort of that trust thing. I mean, like you said, there are certain people that's like they keep things ridiculously clean, and that's not a bad thing. So when you go into their house, they're like, no, you're not
Yeah.
bringing your yucky stuff in. But more often than not, it's people that just don't care so much.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't necessarily want to take my shoes off because I know in my house what gets tracked in, and I'm okay with that. But like going into someone else's house, you don't know. I've been like, even like when I was growing up, we used to
But
flip houses for a while when I was a teenager, and I would help out with that. And there's no way in hell I would take off my shoes going into one of those houses. Those people let their animals pee all over the place, and I just can't not have shoes on now. It just creeps me out. I had
But
shower shoes for a long time.
I just don't
too.
get it because you're taking the shit into the house.
There's already
Like-
shit in the house, is what I'm saying. I'm protecting my.
This is becoming kind of a chicken and the egg kind of question here.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Which came first, the crap in the house or the crap outside the house?
Yeah. So if Biomed steps into shit, which he probably does every day, and
Wow.
I'm stepping in it just right now, past
yeah,
30
just
minutes.
for fun. And then he steps into your house. That's horrible.
That's
I
why
used
we
to-
vacuum every
I mean,
day.
Well, and
Yeah.
and one of
The
I
reason
think
I'm
we have-
showing my
Don't
my
vacuum
bare
every
feet
day.
here because
Come on, killer.
I really like having bare feet. I don't
I'm
want
starting
to
to
be.
wonder. That's sort of an unnatural angle that you're bending at. Are you sure that you're alone in that room?
It's someone.
I
It's
mean-
a corpse. He has a corpse under his desk. He's just like.
I could take both of them up as well, but then I can't push the talk button.
Well, yeah,
So-
that would be a bit of a problem.
Gotcha.
All right.
He's gonna try to do it anyway.
Wow. People with a foot fetish are going to be really enjoying themselves when Killer puts this on YouTube later.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. We kind of have different people have different rules here
Yeah.
regarding that. Personally, my carpet's old, so I don't care. I need to get rid of it. Some people have, like, a lot of people are putting in hardwood and such, so you just put a Swiffer to it every couple weeks.
You know, now that I think about it, because my grandmother is one of those people that, when you go in the house, you take your shoes off, which, I understand. She has carpeting throughout. Okay. But what I don't get, now that I'm thinking about it, and I hadn't thought about this before, is where her house is out in the country. So it's completely normal for us when we're out there to just run around barefoot outside, and then we don't have shoes to take off when we run inside, so we're still tracking that crap in. I wonder if she's ever made that connection before.
No, probably not. Probably not.
Because I know she runs outside in her bare feet too, and then tracks it, and it's like,
Literally run, right? From the bears in the country.
She has slapped a black bear on the ass before, which I thought was amazing. But
Wow.
yeah.
That is kind of amazing.
Was there consent with this?
Was the black bear consenting?
They-
Because if it wasn't, then it's wrong.
It's not
Still
okay.
very wrong.
It's not okay.
They were, my grandfather has been known on occasion to pull little pranks on her. So
God.
they were walking
He was in a
around
bear
and
suit.
He was no. He was where she
God,
was. She
no.
was. Stop that!
It's in my head. It's in my head.
You don't even know my grandparents. Stop that! Oh wow, this is
Who do you think sold them? Who do you think rented the bear suit?
There was no bear suit. It was a real bear. She was.
So you think?
God.
This-
She was. All right.
Just
I
move
don't
on.
even know where to go from this.
Just move on. Let's talk about food.
I just.
Yeah,
Let's talk
next
about
question.
food.
Okay, next question. What's happening?
Yeah, so let's move away from dirty feet in our house and talk about food instead. So Vible.
Weeble.
Okay, so what are
Get it
some
right.
of the traditional Swedish foods that you guys make that you would recommend to somebody visiting your country for the first time? Like, do you have any
that's a good
special
question.
dishes? I know Norway's kind of excited about their fish, from what I understand. Does Sweden have something similar, or?
No, actually, Sweden has nothing.
What?
Or we have it's fish mostly. Like
Makes sense.
Yeah.
fermented fish
Ew.
and even more fermented fish, which we have
And killer's turned off now.
Yeah, pretty much.
surströmming, which is pretty much rotten fish.
Heard
What's
of
the
that
deal with
actually, yeah.
Yeah, you should smell it. Actually,
Ugh.
one time in your life, you should get one of those things. It's called surströmming. It's pretty much rotten fish. It smells like death, but it tastes salty. It doesn't taste like death. No, but you should really smell it. But we don't really.
Does it smell really like smell and look with food?
Sweden isn't a country.
I don't touch it if those
Oh
two
my
fail.
God. I've just made a connection.
Oh no.
All right.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
Sweden isn't really a country with loads of food tradition.
So on the scale of smelly things in your country,
Uh-oh.
the fish is bad, and comparatively, the feet are fine. I'm starting to make these. Okay, this makes sense to me now. Okay, we can go on. We can.
So if you step in the fish, can you enter a house?
No, you should. If
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I will send it to you.
Please don't.
Is that a threat? I think Homeland Security
I
was
think it
turning
was
it
a
down.
I just because it's so.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I like
it up
eating
and-
it,
Nope.
but it's the smell of it is incredible. And
Incredible bad sounds like.
yeah, no, that's something I will send to Arkansas and Ohio.
Why is
I'll
Killer
take out-
exempt?
I'm sure there is a
Yeah,
hog farmer
from
who'd be
exempt,
more than happy
Yeah,
to
and
take it.
to Texas as well.
Ah, you're wrong. That's what I
I thought you were okay.
Nope.
Where?
No, it's Lyser.
Nope, I'm not
Lyser
telling
is
you.
Texas.
said. Not telling you.
I feel like
I'm
telling
safe. You
Okay.
do. I will come
Thank you.
up there.
You,
and
you can
kill
tell me in private
You know
chat.
what? We've had so many death threats from you over the last 34 minutes that I'm totally down with it. I've already been sentenced to death by you.
You know
4
what?
times.
No, I'll do something worse. I will do
Mm-mm-mm.
something very much worse.
You okay? I will. Let's make a bet.
What are we betting?
That's
Don't worry,
yours
guys.
is worse.
I'm gonna have Polygon and Kotaku write articles about killers' death threats and how
The
they're
worst,
literally
the worst bet.
causing real harm.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna spend the night. In the middle of the night, you're asleep. When you don't even realize it, I'm gonna come up to your bedroom. I'm going to take. I can't even do it now.
See, what Killer doesn't realize is that we have mannequins in this house. So while he's up lording over my bed, thinking I'm asleep, I'm really sneaking up behind him. With some of... What was it called?
And she has the
You'll
elbow
smell me
doll,
before
so
you
it's.
see me.
Oh wow!
Well, wait, are you not taking showers anymore?
Baron
Barry
has,
consented to this?
The fish thing.
Does he
Baron
have like
has
a fetish
advised
for
you
like
that
dirty
you-
women or something?
He does.
you may
too.
not want to do this because Baron's advised you that be forewarned, I sleep naked. That's from
That's
Baron.
fine. I do too.
Except it'll be on his couch. I remember that time that Killer rubbed his naked butt up all over Baron's couch. Baron will
that's
never be able
something
to
I've
use that
realized
couch
as well.
again.
Everyone who isn't rich sleeps naked.
Interesting.
I just love Olive's
The
killer
Olive.
quotes all throughout chat. Sucks about
Baron
work
didn't
is
hug when
really
startled. Oh dear. Oh, dear.
What the hell is it with you two? I'm starting to get jealous. Killer, you're demoted
should.
again.
Oh.
Sorry.
That sucks.
I don't.
Yeah, I'll take his place.
You're gonna
Thanks,
be...
Viable. That's. I don't care if I pronounce it wrong. It's viable to me. It's always going to be viable. To me.
No, I mean now it's Vible. I mean the name is
Oh
what
God.
it was, but now it is what
Oh,
it is.
God.
Yes. Oh no! What? Oh yes, Baron. Yes, there will be a game of gay chicken. It's going to be
God.
epic. I
Oh
think
my God.
it'll be. It's going to be
Oh.
epic.
The RCM gave chicken
Fire.
or the RCM gay chicken.
Oh,
I will
shit.
wreck it.
Fire, I will happily sign over my paychecks to you for the next 6 months if I can sleep
I'm
on your
actually-
couch. Jesus.
Actually
Wow.
quite game for the RCM gay chicken, and I will fucking wreck it.
Wreck it.
I never want to come to my house again. Oh.
Phrasing.
You see, you're literally chasing women out of their houses.
Why do you think I haven't gotten laid in 5 years?
I don't care. I mean, I have a goal.
Oh, so
Being RCM Gay Chicken Champion 2016.
Oh, wow.
I don't care about anything else.
It has to have on the plaque under it, like, I went all in. Hey, what's up, Tux Twin 14?
Oh, God, now we have new people.
What's up?
Run while you still can. Oh, God.
Okay, do anyone have a new question?
That's a good question. Do we
Sure.
have more
Oh, my
questions?
God, yes, we have lots of other questions.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have.
I'm afraid to ask them, though.
No,
Oh,
no.
Here,
Let's ask the question
Let's-
I want to ask.
no,
let's do
because
it.
it's not time yet.
What do you mean it's not time yet?
It's not time
We
yet.
got like
Still-
14 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought we were playing a limited time.
We are.
All right, we'll ask your question now.
I will ask my question.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you.
Bible. Are the women as beautiful as the stereotypes portray them to be in Sweden?
I love how you're giving that positive affirmative shake
Oh,
there. Like,
yeah.
you really want this
You
to
bet.
be
You
true.
better say yes.
I mean, yes.
I need to find that McDonald's picture.
On
average,
we
they
do
are-
have loads of blonde, tall, busty women. We do have that. So yes, that's absolutely true. I mean, I'm a high school teacher. I
Oh God.
examine all of them. Okay, I'm
Intimately
sorry I said it.
examine them.
I just
Close
dropped
to
the
taco
link
rules,
in
guys.
chat.
Close to taco rules.
But
Just saying.
yeah, we actually do have loads of very blonde, very busty, and very tall women. But
Yeah, I
that's
dropped a link in chat from.
not,
Actually, I dropped this on TeamSpeak a while back, where I found that shot of just everyday McDonald's in Sweden, and when Varyar saw it, he was just like, "I'm so coming to visit Sweden."
that pic is actually not like false. It's actually exactly how McDonald's looks in Sweden. But I don't prefer blonde girls, so
That's
for
understandable.
me it's less funny. But yeah, I mean that blonde pic, McDonald's pic, it's quite true.
All right.
Can we go on
Just
to other
to let-
questions now, Killer?
I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. I don't
we
know.
had a
It's been 5
newcomer.
years.
If you start thinking about it too hard, would you at least have the courtesy to kill the camera for a minute?
Wow.
All right, give me a second.
I'm just saying.
Alright,
well, he's away.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay,
That
I'm
was almost as fast as Bubba and I last show.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So following up on that, Varyar put up a very good question. So this is for Vible. So is this whole no
Yeah.
blondes thing of yours just because you're burnt out on them, or is it just a personal preference?
Oh, I think I actually don't know. I mean, yes, I prefer brunettes, but I don't actually know if it's because I'm burnt out or otherwise. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense because,
People
Yeah.
have different preferences.
yeah.
I mean, it could be, but I have no. I mean, it's not like I thought like, yeah, okay, yes, now I'm done with brunettes, so yeah, fuck them. I never like thought that, so
Oh, wow.
yeah, I have no idea.
I just like the idea that there are entire countries where I can just go and just sit there and not have to do anything, and I'm automatically the most popular girl in the room. Just saying.
Yeah, why not?
I do not know of this feeling.
Hold on. That was for
Are
you,
you
Norway. That was for you.
No,
Anyway.
you mean Sweden.
Yeah,
Norway.
Olive.
Yeah, well, Norway's up there in Scandinavia too.
Yeah, it is. Olive should be.
Well, I
representing.
actually had a question that was gaming related because this is Twitch. We have to mention gaming just once in a
No.
while.
We
just once in
talked
a
about
while.
his gaming name earlier. God.
Yeah, it's
Continue
true.
on.
It's true. But
Continue on.
so I wanted to know how is that face.
That was beautiful.
So how is Mojang, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly if it's a
Yeah.
Swedish word, but Mojang, how are they
No, it's
kind
not
of
a
viewed in
Swedish
Sweden?
word either.
Oh, okay.
Mojang isn't a Swedish word, so I don't
Okay.
really know how to pronounce it either.
Well, I'll just say Mojang then. But are they
Yeah.
kind of known in Sweden to just the everyday person because it's a hugely popular game throughout the world, or Minecraft being their main game.
Yeah. And what was the question?
That's
Are
the
they pretty
question.
well known within Sweden?
Yeah, they're quite well known within Sweden.
Yeah, because I've heard, like, I was watching a show where, I think I mentioned it last week, where there was an esports gamer, plays a lot of Counter-Strike, I think, and he was kind of talking about the difference between America and other countries, and he mentions Sweden in one of his examples, is he went to a tournament in Sweden, and he was just going somewhere on the way, and someone pointed him out, like, knew who he was, so there was kind of that recognition. So does Sweden kind of view games different than we are? Because we're kind of in a struggle in the West over what that means, and if it's cool, or if it's, just for kids and all that stuff? How is gaming as a whole kind of viewed in Sweden?
I think it's not like worse in a way. It's just different. I mean, we have had like loads of quite successful developers in Sweden, like Dice and Mojang and Starbreeze, and we're quite a small country. We have 9 million people. We're getting closer to 10 million people now, and I just think that because we're so much smaller, you are 300 million, and we're 9. That means that we're like 12 times smaller than you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we're more proud, or maybe equally proud, but we're very proud like that. Yeah, Notch or Marcus, he did a really like the most popular game in the universe or in the world. Well, of course we're incredibly proud about it.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's another Swede. It's super cool, but it's not like I did anything to
right.
help. I mean, it's cool that he was Swedish, but I mean, that I was Swedish didn't help anyway at all. And and the same, like Dice, who makes Battlefield, is another Swedish company. I mean, it's super like huge, but I mean, I'm just another Swede. Doesn't matter to me really. It just, I feel kind of patriotic. There's no other like feeling, and my point is really, fuck you, Americans.
The Olive makes a really good point that PewDiePie is the Prime Minister of Sweden.
No, but being patriotic isn't really... I mean, you're just taking credit for someone else's work, isn't it? Being patriotic is pretty much just feeling proud for someone else's work, unless you actually were a part of it.
Whereas we're kind of like, America, we landed on the moon. I didn't land on the moon.
Yeah, exactly. So
that was
you landed on the moon. I mean,
a group of astronauts.
I mean, Killer may have landed on the moon and has a secret moon base up there where
talk about that.
Space chickens.
Wow.
There is no such moon base.
Hold your mouth.
Continue.
Oh wow. No, yeah, that was kind of. I was just kind of wondering because he talks about that separation of gaming culture, whereas he can walk around the streets of his home country. Of course, we're larger in terms of population, like you were saying, and such. And he's a nobody. Walking down the street, he's a nobody. But he can go to random places, and he mentions Europe. And like I said, Sweden was one specific example he made where. The odds are higher that he's going to run into someone who's going to like call him out and just be like, oh, hey, so and so at a restaurant or something. And he kind of jokes it's weird to him because he almost feels more like a celebrity out, in other countries, especially a lot of the European nations, than he does here. Because, it's just like, who the heck's that? He plays games professionally. Pfft, screw that. Really? That's not serious.
No, but I really feel that, like, me personally, haven't accomplished anything, like, in that sense. I mean, I've accomplished things in my job, but nothing. I'm not a streamer, and I haven't furthered anyone in RCM's like dreams. I haven't like helped them in any way, I think.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You're kind of on a show right now. Just saying.
you were kind of on the actually we were drinking that night too, now that I think about it. You were kind of the day after Thanksgiving when
We don't have Thanksgiving in Sweden.
yes, I know that we had a whole conversation about that. But we were okay, so one of the precursors before On Tap became On Tap was we were going to do a special the day after Thanksgiving because RivalCast was supposed to be on, and the guys who did the RivalCast were both working retail at the time.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so
remember
they
this.
weren't going to get out because the day after in America we have the Thanksgiving holiday on a Thursday, and then we have an unofficial holiday which we refer to as Black Friday, or
Oh, God.
consumerism day.
Yeah.
Black Friday is
Where-
coming.
Black Friday was a really good day for me as well.
Oh my God, we started.
It was
We were
so
talking
funny.
all afternoon, and I don't remember which of us started drinking, but I know that we were pretty tanked by the time that the
Yeah.
show time was getting close. And they hadn't set up, because I didn't know how to set up anything for broadcasting at that point. So the thing was, oh, we'll just ask Biomed, and Bio was out of town. So you kind of started things. You made me talk to Hacks, which I didn't want to do at all. And you're like, no, he's the most wonderful person. You need to meet him. And we ended up, and at one point, like we shouldn't have been on air anyway. This was actually a blessing in disguise. But he was trying to walk me through how to get this thing set up, and he's like, how much have you two been drinking? And we're like, oh, we're pretty gone at this point. He's like, all right, hold on a minute. He leaves and comes back. He's like, okay, I have my bitters now. Now I feel like I can be a part of this conversation. And we sat in TeamSpeak like all night just talking about the behind the scenes of RivalCast and all the people that were there, and because that was what our special was going to be. And you took it and you were like, let's talk about this anyway. And we had quite a few people come in that night. That it was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, but there was
Plus you
random
pretty much,
drunk talking.
We don't do karaoke nights unless we can get
exactly.
Vible there. Just like,
Exactly.
not gonna be here. It's not gonna be the same then.
You set
Nope.
the tone for that. So
Set the bar, sir.
The bar.
when you were doing your grand tour of Sweden with your metal band, we missed you. I'm just saying. But
Thank you.
anyway,
You're very kind.
Bio Killer, we're coming up on 10:30. You have any other questions for our guest while he's here?
I have lots of them, but I mean,
I'm drawing a blank.
See how you are. We still have other questions for you too, so we're going to bring you back on at some point in the not too distant
definitely.
future. Because there are still tons of
Thank you.
conversations to be had.
I would love to be back. It's a very fun show.
We love having you on too. All right, but we
And okay, it's not really a show for me. It doesn't feel like a show.
we intentionally do it that way because that
Very
I
informal.
don't freak out about it. It's a good thing. All right, we are going to wrap up this conversation for tonight though, because RivalCast is coming on tonight.
Or some
Um,
form of it.
Is it?
some
Okay.
form. I'm trying to talk him into actually having the show because
Hey, we're on.
There-
We're ready
there-
to go. We
there
will
are
sit in
things
with
that
you.
have been going down. In
I mean,
gaming.
otherwise we'll do definitely not the RivalCast.
Oh, that would be amazing. I have that set up too. And I have our
Yeah,
little sheep
good.
avatars with the alpine hats.
Yeah.
Well, yours is a
I know.
snake with the Swedish owl on it because you requested that. But
No,
We are-
but
we are ready,
I know that will
just
happen.
give us the word. We are ready. He's going to take my Twitch key away. I just know it. But anyway.
Yeah, he is.
or accidentally click the reset key button.
Again.
It happens
Again.
frighteningly frequently.
You have no idea.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for hanging out with us this evening. Edge will be on with us next week. Stay tuned for some version of the RivalCast, or possibly not the RivalCast, coming up at around 11 o'clock right here on Twitch TV. For those of you who haven't been to the website lately, shame on you. RivalCastmedia.com is where we house all of our fun stuff, articles,
I'm laughing at Vible.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. We have our articles, we have our fan fiction runs. Mignor posted the latest chapter of the Fireside Tales this past Wednesday.
Yep.
Chapter 9 of Agents of Arachnos will post this Wednesday. You can see or view past episodes of our shows, find out more about the other shows on the RivalCast Media Network, as well as the different audio dramas put forth recently.
Yeah, I think we have a new episode coming up soon, or maybe he already posted it, but we added Batman the Long Halloween audio drama, which is an adaptation of the comic. So it's pretty
very
good.
well done.
Yeah,
It's
I would
very
recommend
well
people
done.
check it out. He has episode 6, chapter... Well, it's our site listed both ways. Anyway, but episode 6 is out, or chapter 6, if you will. St. Patrick's Day. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that came out the other day. All right, so yeah,
Yes,
be
so
sure,
there you go.
rivalcastmedia.com. Check out our stuff. You can follow us on Twitter at our respective Twitter handles as shown below. Or email us if you have questions. What? Oh, you're pointing? I get all confused.
Yes,
Anyway,
you do. You're like a
email
woman.
us.
Feet.
Shh. You guys are terrible.
I know. Move on. Continue.
Ugh.
I give you permission.
I demoted you just back to regular producer because you made
That's
me upset.
fine. I don't care.
We'll see about getting you back to executive producer next week. Probably by the end of tonight. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Anyway, if you have questions that you want to ask our RCM staff and community members, or if there's a specific staff or community member that we haven't talked to yet that you'd like to see on our show, email us on tap at rivalcastmedia.com. Give us your questions, give us your suggestions. This is our community show, so we want you to be a part of it too. As I mentioned, RivalCast is coming up next, and from everyone here at RivalCast Media, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, damn it. I forgot to change that again.
Ah!
Edge will be on next week. I'm not changing it now. Stop it.